Hello, and today I'm going to be reviewing add-on for the Nintendo Gamecube called the Gameboy Player. Just attaches to the bottom of the Gamecube, like so. And this is for playing Game Boy Advance games that would usually insert into an SP or the original on the TV screen. This came separate from the GameCube originally, and you had to basically screw it into place. It's connected into the GameCube's high-speed port at the bottom, somewhere around about here, I presume. Probably around about here. And also, you'd have needed the Game Boy Player boot-up disc, which was needed to start up the Game Boy Player. You can insert it in just like so. The disc came with the holder, memory card holder, and Game Boy Advance holder to hold your Game Boy Advance games. And then you could just play these using a GameCube controller. However, if you didn't fancy using the GameCube's analog stick or D-pad, then you could play using your Game Boy Advance or, well, both Game Boy Advances by using the Game Boy to GameCube link cable, which just inserts on the back like so. Same for the original Game Boy Advance. Also, the player not only has a holder for the cartridge, well, of course it has, because it needs to play the cartridge, but it also has a port for the link cable. So it did. Just inserted one end in, and then you could insert the other end into another Game Boy Advance to play multiplayer. And last thing about the outside is this eject switch at the side. Don't know if you can see that. Just wait for it to focus. There you go. Just pushed to get the game out. I didn't properly insert it, but most games would go absolutely flying once you push that. So now we'll show some gameplay using Game Boy Advance game Sonic Advance 3. Okay, I'm back, and now we're going to see some gameplay. I'm going to be using my Game Boy Advance SP as the controller, as that's how I find that's the most comfortable way I find of playing this game. As you can see in the top right corner, there's a button that says for options. I have got my GameCube controller plugged in, so I can show you these options. You've got the option to change the game pack, change the timer, put a timer on. It'll just beep to let you know once the time's passed. Adjust the screen filter. Adjust how the controller is. Like you have X and Y as select, and L and R as L and R, or L and R as select, Y as L, X as R, and you can control using the C stick. You can also change the screen size and the border. So I'm going to show a little gameplay, so I am. Just quickly. The Gameboy Player can also play original Game Boy games like the Super Game Boy that me and Thomas have already reviewed together. Unfortunately, Thomas isn't with me for this recording. We haven't been able to meet up recently, so currently I suppose the LP is on hold till we can meet up and have enough time to record. We are kind of limited on our times we can record. I could also play Game Boy Color games, so I can. Oops. I'm not overly brilliant at this game. The only reason I've completed it is because I got the game completed and I can't delete the save data. For whatever reason. So yeah, I could be better at this game than what you're seeing. So yeah, there's not much else to say about the Game Boy Player. Oh yes, one thing I forgot to mention is some Game Boy Advance games had special features with the Game Boy Player. Mainly it would just have it can have the controller to rumble. But I have one of those games, Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. You could make get the controller to rumble, so you could. But there weren't many games like that. So I suppose that's all there is for me to explain. So hope you enjoyed the review. We'll update as soon as we can, but it has become a bit difficult to update. But yeah, as I said, as soon as we can, we will update again. Thanks for watching, bye.